imagine. Was that the answer that you were looking for?
Yeah, I suppose it is. I'm looking more for the answer for, I think, week in and week out, rather than just 1 week. I suppose the thing is, I always knew they were going to answer from last week. So it really wasn't the scoreline, even though that was pleasing. It was more the way we went about it. That was the indicators we looked at and we spoke about. And I think the work rate was there today. So we still made a few errors and turned the ball over and mucked around with it a bit. So there's still a bit to work on. But overall, I was pretty pleased that we took some steps forward.
Can you talk us through the decision to sub Hall-off? And is he...
Yeah, I can talk you through that, mate. Yeah, he at half-time just had a back spasm. He just got tight in the back and had a bit of referred pain in his hammy, and we thought we'd give him 10 minutes to see how he was. We rotated him at 10 minutes. And of course, Barry wanted to keep going, said he was okay, and we just probably erred on the side of caution, just said no. So, yeah, had some angry pills, but that's okay. No, he didn't do a jack, I don't think, but I think it was just, they're just on caution so he can play next week.
And is that a good use of the rule, do you think?
No. If I had 4, he'd be... No. But that's okay, that's fine. We're stuck with the rule. The pros and cons of it doesn't matter. We've got the rule and that's what we'll work with.
Did the margin have a fair bit to do with the decision to...
Yeah, probably some doctors said that he was okay to keep going. So it's a long year. It's a long year and... the 3-1, you can see our players were pretty fatigued at the end, as they were, and there's going to be a lot of fatigue. So, at a guy who's 34 years of age, that was probably the main thought process going into it.
Robert, sitting here a week ago, you could have made several changes. You only made the one forced one. Was that about giving him the chance to redeem himself?
Yeah, we had a lot of discussion about it. I suppose after the game last week and even on the Monday, there was a bit of talk about. Certain players, and mainly experienced guys, and do we make a statement, which is something that we will do at some stage, there's no doubt. But we had a fairly spirited meeting on Monday with the players, and they showed a fair bit of passion and discussion, which was great, and I think that showed that the players were embarrassed about what happened last week, and we thought, okay, well, they've deserved round 1, let's give them another chance. Number 21, mate. He's the best number 21 we've had for a long time.
Fairly solid. I mean, to come and do what he's done, 2 games, you've seen a lot of kids come in. Why is he obviously...
Yeah, I think what he's done over the pre-season or in the pre-season games is what he's done these 2 weeks. He's just so consistent. He can win the ball. He wins his own footy. And it's interesting, older people of my generation and older, I think, the game's bit sissy and we chip it around to that. I mean, the game's as tough as it ever be, and you still need to be able to win your own ball. And he's got a great ability to do that, as well as his vision when he's got the ball. And I think due credit to him. Now, he's physically probably not developed yet to be able to cope week in and week out. So at some stage with this new rule, he'll have to have a break. There's no doubt. But his form at the moment is really adding to our midfield, which is pleasing.
They actually got you on the inside 50s. That surprised you?
We had 49 each, so...
I've got a 52 to 50.
All right.
That might be...
Well, I don't know. I get different stats. At my half-time stats, I had 2 sheets, and they were that far apart, it didn't matter. So.
But even if it's even...
Sorry?
Even if it's even and 49 each, given the score with it, is that surprising?
Yeah, I thought it was surprising because... certainly one of the quarters, might have been the last quarter, we had it camped inside our 50 a lot, so perhaps it didn't come out. It was a good 10 minutes that it didn't come out, so probably they could do a stat of time inside 50 as well as numbers. But, I think probably a bit to do that early. We mucked around with the ball and made some turnovers, and which was disappointing, but it's a bit of the old, I think it's the old chicken and egg scenario. If you've got to get run, do you have to... What comes first? Is it handball or is it run or whatever the case may be? So we decided to over-handball, I suppose, to actually try and generate some run. And I think the players were okay at that.
Well, you would have watched last night, I imagine. Do you wish in a way you would find someone else next week? Sorry.
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest, Tommy. There's no doubt the Gold Coast are going to be a very good side. Now, they've got a lot of talent. It's they've probably played 2 or 3 of their experienced players a little bit underdone. They haven't had games, so that's always an area that they'll improve. Those players, once they get games under their belt, will be better for it. The kids will get better with experience. I don't really think the score reflected about the talent they've got. Unfortunately, they blew out for them. But like all teams, you would think they'll bounce back from it. So we know, and from a coaching point of view, we've already put our thoughts towards that, and probably even from a club point of view, we'd like to have our supporters and members along in droves next week if they can. They're down a little bit today, but the fact it's Saturday game next week, and make it as icy as we can for the Gold Coast, and that's what we want to do.
Given what happened last week, do you need to be tested more, Rocket? You've got the bye, and you'll go to round 5, having probably not been pushed, 3 weeks running?
Oh, no, it doesn't matter. That's okay. I think the bye probably come at a good time with this 3-1 rule, to be honest.
Is there any, I know they got sounded pumps, but is there any pressure? No one wants to be the first side to lose to something. Does that creep into anyone's thinking?
Oh, I wouldn't have thought so, Hemo. I wouldn't have thought so. I know it's a cliche, and you were talking about cliches before, but we've got to get the process right, and that's about the way we play and the way we go about it. And that was the pleasing thing today. We had nearly 80 tackles, which is about what we've got to aim for. Last week we had 50, I think. I mean, that we haven't got the GPS data yet, but there's no doubt we ran a lot more today. We ran with more intensity. We ran quicker. So just some indicators about our work rate, and if they're on display, there's a fair chance we'll win. And the result will look after itself. Or if we start worrying about results, you get ahead of yourself.
What would you say? Think the bye will come at a good time? Are you saying some of the players are feeling the pinch already?
No, it's. I just think a cumulative effect. It'll be interesting from us from there to round 20. Cumulative effect of fatigue at every game. We've seen it over 2 rounds, and with our guys today, there was a bit of fatigue there, more so than probably we've had before. I think it's a good time for another teams to get another week of 3-1 and more fatigue, so that'll be okay.
You didn't have any other dramas out of today?
No, Libba got a kick in the ankle. That's why he was hobbling a bit there for a while, but he was able to go back on, obviously. Just a few knocks and bruises. That was about all. Thanks, gentlemen.